Hi there, welcome back, and if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining. So this is the last of the coffee series, and if you look back, there is the other two videos. I can put them in the description with the links. Now these dowels that I get from those kids' toys, they're very thick and sturdy, but you can get whichever dowels you want to get. As I showed you, those ones from Walmart, they're a little bit thinner. So I would recommend getting some nice thick ones to hold the weight. And you don't want to go too thick depending on what you're going to use as a shelf on top. Now these boxes were great. They come in different sizes. I usually see the ones that come in a 3-drawer attachment. I took out the corners so that the dowels that's going to hold up the top part could affix properly. You can see I'm using square dowels. I got them off of Amazon. I'll put the link. Again, I'm not affiliated, so you can feel free to buy them wherever you want. I didn't want to damage the ends. You can probably cut them with scissors, but I wanted to get them really nice and square. So I have a few X-Acto knives, and I was really looking for a good X-Acto knife, and I found this package that has different blades, and it's got this little saw and all these different attachments. So I'll put it in the link if you're interested. It's really good, sharp, and I keep it for really decent projects that I'm going to use it for. I am making this actually for a storage in my second craft room, and I'm going to be popping up some videos here and there with some organization and creative ideas on how to store some things that I've been working on the side, but it'll give you an idea of how you could decorate it for yourself. You see me putting some weight over here because obviously it's very flimsy and I needed to get it really flat and attached properly, and that did the trick. As you can see, it adhered properly. To get some good stability for the shelf on top, I use the barbecue skewers because they're at least long. You can figure out if you want to go a little bit thicker, as I'm not going to use it for a real coffee machine. I'm going to try my mini coffee machine that's up here in the second floor. I'll show you if it holds the weight or not. If you're going to go heavier, you're going to want obviously something thicker. You have to kind of play around with them and see which one line up properly with each other, because you know they're not all cut out identical. Now I chose to go with black. It looked like steel black. You can choose whatever color you want. Now I wanted to give you an idea if you're going to paint it on the inside, so I went with territorial beige and I mixed it with acrylic white to just kind of soften it up a bit. Now, depending on how you are, if you want your coffee pod to touch acrylic paint or not, since it is going into a coffee machine and then, you know, gonna be watered down into your coffee. I don't know, some people may think that way or not. These are 4 3/4 inches, so they actually fit the Dollar Tree mirrors. You can put a mirror right in each little box if you want, and that way your coffee pod does not touch the acrylic paint at all. Now for drawer handles, I was giving you a suggestion. You can go fancy, and I found these at Dollarama. The other ones I purchased on Amazon. But again, because it's going into my craft room, I just went without having to use anything fancy. I found these on Temu, and they're just little round handles, just round attachment. They look like the ones that are on the back of chairs, and I'm just gonna fancy it up and make my own. I think they're so cute. Now I decided not to paint the outside. You can do your own decorating on the outside, and I'm using wallpaper. They are self-adhesive, but just to make sure they stick, I am putting some glue. And the screw on these is just enough for the thickness of this wood to give you some thread on the opposite side for the handles. Just barely made it. So here's the thing, as I was pulling out the drawer, it makes this scratchy sound. I'm gonna let you hear it. You can see that there's some wiggle room inside. So I'm going to make some suggestions for you so it doesn't slide around. If you take paint stir sticks from Dollar Tree or wherever you're getting them, you can paint them, but due to time, I had some black faux wood self-adhesive vinyl wrap and I just put them on. This is another suggestion. I had these in my stash. If you put the acrylic stands from the Dollar Tree on the bottom as well, it doesn't make that scratchy noise. Now you can put maybe some vinyl, but the acrylic stand also gives it a nice smoothness to pull it out easier as well. So I had these little tassels and I thought it would be cute to put them at the end and fancy up those little drawer knobs. These acrylic mirrors are just to give it that sort of realistic look of, hard metal on the top. You don't have to do this either. This was challenging because you just have one shot to put it on. And there it is. Listen to the difference. And then you just take off the film. So there it is. Let me know what you think. See you on the next one. So guys, we're in my ensuite bath. We're gonna test. See, I used to have it on here and I would put my coffee in here, sugar in there. So we're gonna test if the Keurig Mini is gonna be too heavy for this. Let's see. There you go, guys. And I got my water pick on there. So you can put tea, sugar, coffee, whatever you please. See you on the next one.